where makers gather round. It's time to spread that crafty sound. Paper, ink, stamps and snips, we're rolling up our sleeves. Come get your tips, from fresh ideas to color so bold. New techniques and stories told. Every card a little piece of art. Let's dive in, let's make a start. New in the studio, Lisa's here. Spark your style, bring some cheer. Stamp it, snip it, let it flow. Watch your creativity grow.
Hi friends, welcome to New in the Studio. My name is Lisa Schmidt and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in the basement where I'm freezing. It is so warm today. It says it feels like 103, and upstairs, on the upstairs is very warm. The main floor is comfortable to me, probably warm for Dave, and the basement is freezing. So maybe we need to work on that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to show you two more cards with I'm a Flutter. I'm not a Flutter with, what's it called?
All Aflutter.
All Aflutter. I'm like, wait, there's another word in front of a flutter, and a flutter is one word. All Aflutter. So let's go ahead and get going on that. The die, or not, excuse me, the die, the punch is on page 61, and I was thinking the dies were right here. Not dies. There's no dies with this stamp set. None. But the stamps, I had them just the other day. Oh, they're there, right there. All Aflutter. They are on page 52. 52. And then they have that coordinating punch, which I love, 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 love. When you see this little pink N, that means it's new in this catalog, which is very fun. I do love this, though. I never did get it, but I'm like so tempted because I keep seeing things with that Nature Symphony that is so pretty. All right, so my first card I'm going to use, kind of pulling out some Designer Series paper that I haven't used before. Well, I've used, but I haven't used in a while. Let me rephrase that. This is called Lovely and Beautiful. And some of my favorite sheets on this are this one. Now, one of the colors is Peach Pie, which is now out, but I feel like Cantaloupe kind of works with it as well. Because if I grab Cantaloupe, you can kind of see that would coordinate with that. But it's kind of funny. I was like, wow, there's a lot of colors in here that are Peach Pie or some other colors. Anyway, I also have this gold, which is so pretty. So pretty. Love the back. Okay, this is the one. So Petunia Pop, also gone. So that was a little confusing to me, but maybe just use the gold side. And let me just show you that one other that is, the fun thing about this one is every page has some gold on it. There. Every page has some fun gold. This is one of my favorites. It's so cute. So cute. Love it. And then I'll just show you one more and then we'll move on. Isn't that so fun? Love it, love it, love it, love it. So Lovely and Beautiful. Funny thing about that stamp set, I'm like, oh, maybe it's tucked in here. The funny thing about that stamp set is I have the flower. Don't know where the stamps and dies are, but I have the big flower. Yeah, for this stamp set. I don't know what happened. It's very confusing. I think Dave took it when he came down one day.
I was using it.
All right. I'm just going to start with our standard half sheet of cardstock in basic white. So this is a thick one. I want it to be thick. And I'm going to start with a simple card, and then I'm going to make a little more of a card. So I'm going to just layer. Actually, I'm not going to layer that yet. Let's go ahead and build it, and then we'll come back and layer it. We are going to stamp some butterflies just in white, or black, excuse me, just in black, not any other color, because we're going to sort of highlight that black. And I'm going to grab my mat right here. I do find it does work a lot better with a mat. So let's flip that over. All right, so I'm going to ink this up, and we'll stamp that. Yep. And we're not going to put any color on them. This is different than the other ones I was using. Remember the other day, if you were here, I was using the ones that had less color, less highlighted, less, I can't think. On the stamp, it had more space for color. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. There I go. I'm like, come on, Dave, help me out there. All right. So let's go ahead and punch those. And so that's it's kind of made around these black ones. Okay, so I'm going to use this Designer Series paper because I thought the Calypso Coral was very pretty. I think I'm going to turn it that way and just put a little black on either side. And let's just stick that on there. Little black on either side of these. How's your day going, you guys? What's new up? It's probably hot wherever you are too. All right, and this is going to sit on here just like that. A little bit lower. I'm going to put it right up there.
Joe said she'd like the big floral to paper her bathroom.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? It is so pretty. I agree with you.
There was a time when we had fabric.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Okay, I purposely lined it up on one edge, so you know I like to do this so I can, because I could tell it was a little bit, the black was a little bit over. I don't really want to cut any of the other, just the black. I think I got some of the other too based on how hard that was. Whew. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to just grab a little piece of white, and I actually should have tucked it under here, but that's okay. I'm going to cut it a little shorter because the bottom part is going to be white. And we're going to use in our flutter, All Aflutter, should be called Flutter By. Fluttering By to say hi. That's the one we're going to use. Fluttering By to say hi. And you'll notice here, sometimes I know if the stamps stick to the paper, it sticks. It like really sticks. And so I think I might have picked up the wrong size of this because this one is too small. So sometimes I just grab anything that's cellophane and just stick it on there. It doesn't really matter what it is. I just don't want it to stick to the paper. So, and I do want my little lines, little trail. Okay, so Fluttering By to say hi. This is gonna, I'll trim this at the, after I put it on there. Actually, I wonder if I have a smaller one right here that would probably fit perfectly. Nope, I'll use the bigger one. All right, and I'll trim it after so I can see what I need. I should have put the white on first, but you know, that's the way it goes, right? All right, there we go. We'll just cut off whatever does not quite make it. There we go. All right, I'm going to go on this side like this, like that, and that's where I'm going to stamp it. So I'm going to stamp using, don't pass out, a block. Okay, I've kind of been home today. It's been a quiet day. I did play pickleball this morning with people, but outside of that, it's been a very quiet day.
Pretty solo day. You're the one who says you like
I do actually, and I loved being able to clean up from the garage sale. Fluttering By to say hi. It's a little bit uneven. I'm going to try it again. Fluttering By to say hi. Straight down, straight up. There we go. That's better. And then I do want to stamp my little trail. I think the little trail is so cute. I'll do it this way. Just a little Fluttering By to say hi. I love that part. Okay. Yes, I do I like being able to focus on one thing for kind of a long time. And that's what I did. I focused on stamping a lot. Not stamping. Cleaning up, organizing. And I have like empty cabinets.
Quick, let's fill.
No, isn't that strange though? I feel like it's strange because I sold a bunch and
We could set them up so that you could organize Card Cafe.
I know. I did think of that too.
Oh.
So that,
We could even use some of those organizers.
what organizers?
The ones upstairs that you said, what are these? The wire ones. They could go in the...
Not quite sure, but that's okay.
Okay.
All right. But yes, if you think that'll work, let's do it tonight, now. All right. So this is my main card right here. And I can see that this is not folded very well. So I'm going to fix that first before I stick it on. And I'm sure sometimes, you know, on camera, I think sometimes you can't see that, but I can see it. There we go. All right. And then I'm just going to stick on my 3 little butterflies using 1 large dimensional because that will hold it right in the middle And if you really wanted those wings to pop up, you could stick down the body and pop up the wings. That would make it, actually I'll do that with this one. That would make it stand out a little bit more. But on this one, I will use just a little dimensional to hold that up. So there is a paper. Dave, can you go to DSP when we're done? Go to DSP, and there's one paper that I thought would look so pretty with this. So of course I put it on my wish list. Actually, I didn't put it on my wish list. I put it in the cart. That's more than a wish list. That's like next time I order, I want to get it. And we'll show you that in just a moment if you want to find that. Was that a heavy sigh?
I'm trying to figure out what you're telling me to go find.
DSP. Designer Series.
Particular DSP?
Nope, just go there and then it's black and white.
Hi, Sandy.
And it would look really cute. Hi, Sandy. With, there we go. Let's turn this one. Just straight. All right. So there's our butterflies. I think that's cute. It's just kind of simple with the butterflies. And I think I brought over some gems, because why would we not put some gems on it? These are pearlized faceted circles. And they happen to be in Calypso coral, so I thought that would be a good match. Let's see. Okay, I wonder about this sort of, I think I'm going to try and see if I can make a little trail for one butterfly. Just using 5. You're like, just 5? Yes, just using 5. Not 3, but 5. There. Oh, it's kind of cute. I like that. So fluttering by to say hi. Kind of a simpler design. There we go. All right. Dave is going to show us the Designer Series paper. Okay. Actually, now that I have that, I want a few more because I think it'd look cute curling around, you know? And when you are a demonstrator, you can get up to 20%, up to 25% off. So why not use it? Isn't that cute? I like it.
All right, here we go. There's the DSP.
There it is. And what's it called? Artisan Sketches. So I think this would look really cute with black and white polka dots, which is the second one on the bottom. You can't quite tell it's polka dots, but it is. So I put that in my cart. I thought that was really fun. And you could also use that with some sand, with some coloring, some shading. I think that would look really fun.
Like flowers.
Yep. So anyway, I popped that. There it is, the black and white polka dots right behind that one. I popped it in my cart, but I thought this also looked good. And if you want to come back here, this also looked good in the Calypso coral using our lovely and beautiful Designer Series paper. Did you have something, or do you want me to keep going?
You can keep going.
Oh, I would love to keep going. Okay. This next card is a really fun one. So before I get there, though, I want to show you.
We're seeing a couple cutes.
Yeah, can you come in a little closer?
Of course.
Thank you. So if you remember, I made this card on Saturday, and when I made it, I put the vellum directly on the flowers. And then as I was looking at it, I was like, it's just too busy. Like there's nothing to set it off. So then I backed it on the Blackberry Bliss, which is what this color is right here, and white. And I think it looks really good. I think it looks a lot better. My thank you is tilting, but I think that looks a lot better than it did before. I like it a lot. So, and I popped a little butterfly inside with this front is pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. I don't know. I guess there's a lot on there, but anyway, so I just wanted to come back to that one and show you that that's really fun. And I'll show you the others I made. Actually, I'll just show you now. This one, Tracy Filter, a friend of ours, had prepared, and she had it in a 3x3 array, and I wanted it a little bit more fluid. So I put my butterflies in this way, and you can see you can even just use the Designer Series paper and no stamping, and it still looks really cute. Choose happy. And then this one was the other one I made on Saturday, Fluttering by, oh, what? Fluttering by to say hi. You have to get it though, so it doesn't touch anything. Otherwise it keeps stopping. There we go. Okay. I'm so like in love with this. In fact, I'm going to keep them right here. So if I find something, I can quick grab it and we can, isn't that fun? It's great. All right.
Very fun.
It is very fun. I think that butterfly would be super dizzy, but that's okay. All right. This one is a very fun fold. Definitely a step up from what we just did. So my dimensions are right here. So your cardstock is cut at what?
Mary Jo ended up at brunch instead of taking her friend to the doctor.
Oh.
Because they had the wrong information.
Oh, well, that's kind of nice. Where'd you go to brunch? This is Mellow Moss, and it's 5.5 by 6 inches. 5.5 by 6, and then I scored it right here at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. And then I flipped it over.
Look at your skinny view.
I flipped it over, and I scored it at 1/2 inch and then 1 inch. Okay? So, and I did that with 2 different colors of paper. I used the Cantaloupe and the Mellow Moss. Now, the reason why I chose Cantaloupe is because the designer paper I'm using on this one is called Brushed Beauty. What's up? Oh, you're just like sitting up all of a sudden. And I just thought this was really pretty. There's some very pretty florals in here. And pull that one out.
Mary Jo went to Good Day Cafe.
Oh, that's a fun one. Did you get any
beignets?
Beignets? Those are fun. Just really pretty colors with it. And I thought, okay, this again goes with the Calypso Coral. It came out before the Calypso Coral, but it definitely coordinates with that. So I thought that was a winner on that. And that one is called Brushed Beauty. Okay, so you can see I cut a window. We'll talk about that in a moment. So I'm going to fold this in and then back out. Okay, folding it in and back out, making, this is the back piece, making a little V. Okay, same thing on the other side. Fold it in, and then we'll fold it back out like that. Okay, now on this one, I am going to do the same thing, but first I'm just going to fold this forward gently because my little, sorry, I'm jumping ahead. I did use the arch dies, and I used the 4th one, which happens to be perfectly in the middle of the dies, because I was like, which one is it? So I count 4 from this side or 4 from this side. That's the one I used. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 2 in the middle. Anyway, I used 5 from the top or 4 from the bottom. That's the one I used. And die cut straight through the designer series paper as well as the cardstock. And the designer series paper is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually glue this piece on and adhere that one. And then we're going to go through the other one, through this one to center it on the other one. You're probably like, what are you talking about? It doesn't matter. I'm going to show you. Okay. So let's get this right on our window. The window pane. I love, love, love the arch dies. All right. I think I'm good there. Okay. And then this is going to, I'm just going to put it here for a moment to stick in this because this is not going to stay like this. So let's go ahead and I'm going to adhere this one because I know I can go right through because it's the same shape because it's exactly what I used the first time. So let's just make sure that is centered well on that. Yes, it is. Maybe a little lower. There we go. So this is going to go right in there. And that just happens to be the piece that you cut out. Okay. I think that's the easiest way to put it on. Now I'm going to bend this back and bend this forward because these two are going to stick together like that. Okay. So I'm going to bend this one back and bend it forward like that. And I think I will go ahead and use my bone folder and give it a nice crease on both of them. All right. So we're not going to put this together quite yet, but you can kind of see what it's going to look like so far. It's really pretty. Did I get this straight? Well, it's not centered, that's for sure, but that's okay. I think I'm okay with that. I think it's going to be just fine. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to stamp in crisp cantaloupe. I'm going to stamp in black, and I want to use the other one. I don't want to use this one. Remember, this one had quite a bit of coverage, And I don't want that. I want the other one. I want this one, not that one. So let me grab that. That's this one right here. Don't rip it by pulling it off. I did that one time on the big congratulations. It's like, oh man. All right. So we're going to stamp this. Actually, I wonder if it would be better in Mossy Meadow. I'm going to go ahead and do it in black, but I'm wondering. We'll see. I got to get my mat. I think it'll look good. Just stamping it right onto the Calypso. Now, of course, you could stamp it on white, and then I'm wondering if that's what I want to do, actually. Stamp it on white and then color it with Calypso. I think so. Can you grab the Calypso coral for me?
Pad?
Pad, yes. And I am going to cut out because I want both. I want the butterflies, and then I want just a Calypso coral with no stamping on it. So I'm gonna, I have this little piece, which will not fit all of them. So I'll do the top two, and then get those out. Hello. And get that bottom one. Sorry, I didn't mean Calypso coral.
What did you mean?
I meant cantaloupe. Sorry, love. I'm like, oh no, that's not what I meant at all. All right, this smaller one is the one I want. I think those are the three. Yep, we can put that inside if we want. Okay, and I'm just going to clean off my little stamp here so that, yes, I'm going to, no, I don't need to clean it off. Sorry, I'm going to stamp on white and then punch that out. All these little pieces of white here, but thank you so much. Look at that. All right, got that. Okay, I'm going to stamp on it in black, and then I'm going to stamp on it in coral. That's my final answer. And for whatever reason, I have all these little pieces, so I'm going to do the same thing I just did on this one. I'll get it all on. We'll set those aside. And I grab my black. Don't stamp in the cantaloupe. Grab my black. And I'm going to stamp like that. And then I'm going to stamp that last one like that. Because for whatever reason, like I said, I didn't pick out a big enough piece of white paper. So cardstock. All right. Then we're able to color that in. I think it's going to be prettier this way using the solid one. And you know what? The shimmer, I know where the shimmer brush is now.
Oh.
It's right on where all the markers are, if you want to. All right, let's go ahead and I know I'm getting some on here, and that's fine. Let's go ahead and get this one like that. That's pretty. And then we'll get that little one up here.
Which shimmer brush are we looking for?
Cantaloupe. All right. So there's our crisp cantaloupe. I like it. It's very pretty. I think that'll look much nicer than the direction I was going. But let's take a look and see. You can see. I think these look better than those. So, yeah, isn't that spinning butterfly fun, Sandy? I think so too. All right, so let's put these in here. Trim that off. He's like, I don't see it. That's okay. All the other colors. All right. All good. So we'll do that. And then we'll grab that last one. You'd think I didn't have white paper cardstock available or around for me. I do. I have lots of it. But sometimes I just grab a scrap and then. All right. So let's put this one here. You're going to love this. It's so fun. There we go. That I don't want. This I want. Okay, so there are all my butterflies. Now what I'm going to do is actually stamp them, or I'm going to stick them onto a window sheet. So let me flip this over. Here's my butterflies. And I have little pieces of window sheet. That doesn't help you see them. They are, I don't know, 1/2 inch wide, and I have 3 of them. Some are a little thinner, some are a little thicker. It doesn't really matter. I just want to stick these on my 3 butterflies. I'm going to use a glue dot because if I use the regular glue, it doesn't quite dry quickly enough. It's all right, love. That's tomorrow's project, is to finish organizing. So not surprising I didn't get it all the way put away. All right, so we're just sticking that on there. Oops, like that. And then we'll do the same with the other two. So grab one more here and stick them. That's okay. Thanks. We'll get them. They are very fun, so we'll find them. It did adhere there. We'll stick that one there. And then, okay, so it's Monday. So again, besides Mary Jo, what did you guys do today? Because Monday's the day when usually I'm talking about school, but it's summer right now, so I don't have to. There we go. Okay, so I've got my 3 butterflies on my paper here, and I'm going to put a dimensional on each one so it doesn't show. So put the flat side up, and then I'm going to stick on this one, the ones that we cut out of just the cantaloupe. By the way, we have a cantaloupe on our counter. We probably should eat it soon. I'm guessing it's getting ripe. Okay, so I'm going to put this one on, biggest one right there. And then this one over here. And this one right here. Okay, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm going to do yet or if you're wondering, but all right, there's my butterflies. We are going to stick them in here because remember, oh, this side, we're going to stick them in here at different heights. Again, I'm going to use a glue dot. And I'm going to start with the big one and put that in the middle. So I'm going to grab, let's see about how high. Probably go up to about there. Right there. Did it stick? No. I don't know why that's happening lately. There we go. All right. So this one, I'm just going to do these at 3 different heights. And then I'm going to cut this when I'm done. Because sometimes you don't know exactly what height. I'm going to make this one lower. So we'll put this one down here like that. It'll end up being in front like that. Okay, and this one is moving. So I'm going to stick another glue dot on there. I'm going to find my take your pick though. I think that will be helpful. I'm not sure where my take your pick is. Let's just do one quick look. All right, well, how about a bone folder?
Toothpick. Toothbrush.
You see a toothbrush? Yeah.
I see no take your pick.
That's all right. I don't want this moving back and forth. It's not going to be on a spinner waving, so I kind of want a little bit more glue here. The funny thing is I usually leave them right in front of me, and I tried to clean up more, so that's okay. I can do it. I will get it. So let's stick this a little bit down here. So the glue, other glue, the clear or the white glue would work great if you were going to let it dry. But I don't want to sit here and let it dry. Nor do you. It's like watching paint dry, right? All right, there we go. 2 will help it so it doesn't move side to side. Okay, last one. We need 2 more. And actually what I'm going to do is put them on here, and then I can decide my height. All right, let's get rid of that. So I'll grab this one and stick it here. And grab one more. Not the usual way I'd put them on, but that's okay. Stick that there. All right. And then this one, I'm going to stick it like right up there. A little bit higher than that one. Okay, let's go ahead. Look at how fun they're going to be. Move this one forward. Move it in front of there. Whatever you want to do. Let's go ahead and trim this off. We don't need these. Window sheets get cut. That one went in a little bit. And then this piece, can you see how it's coming together? This piece is going to sit like this. And we're going to put a sentiment right here. I'm going to do the sentiment first. Oh, and actually, to soften that up a little bit, we're going to put some vellum on there. Let's take a look at that again. So it just softens it up a little bit. And because we have butterflies in front of it, I'm not going to worry about being able to see that the line of glue or of adhesive. I don't think you can really see it very well when it's on a floral. So we'll just make that a little bit softer there. Okay, the next thing we want to do is stamp our little sentiment, which we're going to punch out of this. But our sentiment is right here. I am going to use banner sayings. And I was thinking, I love the thanks a million. It's one of my favorites. So I am going to do that one. Thanks a million. I always look for the ones that have the most ink on them. And sometimes I put them right inside there. Thanks a million, because that's usually the one that I've used the most. So thanks a million. Banner sayings is just a sweet combination of all these different sayings. Okay, we're going to stamp that in black. All these off. There we go. All right, stamp that in black, just on a little piece of white. This time I do want just a little piece of white. Here we go. And I'm going to stamp it on this side like that. Thanks a million. They're so cute, aren't they? I'm going to stamp it one more time. Sometimes I feel like I push too hard. What did you say?
I said so cute.
Yes, I agree.
It says, should the pink face the other way?
Should the pink face the other way? This one? This is going to go together. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, it should. Thank you. Who said that? Yes.
Mary Jo.
Because that, no. It's right. It's right. Because then when it fits in the card, it fits like that. And then it pops open. You see those edges a little bit. I see where you're going with that, but I think we're okay. All right, so this we want flat. I want flat on this side, like this. And get that straight. But that's not the side I was going to stamp. Use. All right. Yeah, it might be actually pretty to put designer paper on there. I didn't think about that, but that could be pretty too. All right, I am just going to adhere this, and I'm going to put the adhesive right here on this piece because I don't want the adhesive to flip over to the inside. So I'm just going to stick that on. Actually, let's use a dimensional, even though I put adhesive on. Let's stick a dimensional on. I got two. I'm going to stick one here, and I'm going to stick one right next to it there. And we're going to stick this right there, lining it up kind of with, doesn't matter, I don't think. I'm going to put it in the middle like that. And then I'm going to stick on a little bit of linen thread in a bow because I think that would look really sweet. So let's just tie a little bow, and we'll grab another glue dot and stick that on. That's interesting. Now I'm thinking, is it backwards? Is it right? But we'll see what is happening here. Sorry, I'm going to do it one more time. Boop. Make two bunny ears. I don't want it to be twisty is what's happening. And then go like that. Should the pink face the other way? I think that's what you meant by the, like using the, there we go. That these should be the other way. We'll see before we finally adhere them, but all right, let's get a glue dot here. One more glue dot. There we are. And I'm going to cut this. And I'm just going to stick this kind of on the side over here, sort of like that. And going up and down like that. Oops. But the glue dot keeps sticking to me. What on earth? Maybe because I'm touching it too much, it's not sticky. I don't know. Let's try again. Glue dot. Okay, it's on. Pick it off and stick it on. There we go. All right, better. Okay, so the next step is we are going to adhere these. And now I'm going to check Mary Jo's thinking that this would go in, this would go out. Nope, it can't go that way because then it won't. If you go the other direction, if I go this way,
Sides won't match.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You have to do this so that when you put it in your card, in the envelope, it flattens and then it pops up. Okay, just double checking. I think that was a good question. I am just going to use our tear and stick tape because I know that will stay really well. And if anybody wants to like open it and close it and open it and close it, this would be a good thing to have because it's cute. So Somebody might want to do that when they move a lot. I like to do that. As if you didn't know that. Look what's right here. My take your pick right on top. All right. Because I needed to get this off. I don't want to take it off that side. Let's get it off this side. Try again. There we go. All right. That's off. And push this one on and get this side off. I do think it would look cute with the little designer series paper on the piece that sticks out a little bit. That could be fun. All right, so let's do one side first. Actually, if I just flatten it completely, I'm gonna do it this way so I can get it lined up on there. Because when you're using the tear and stick tape, it's a one and done. You don't have a second chance. All right, so there's that. Ah, I'll have to cut it. Maybe I'll try it this way, picking it. Maybe I'll try it upside down where so I can see where the sticky is going. I don't know. Maybe I'll just flatten it and then I'll fix it. I'm just gonna do that because I already have to trim this side because I saw that it went over. Okay, so there is our card. So when you lift it up out of the envelope, it pops up, but I just want to trim off that little piece on this side. And then I have one more little idea. There we go. When all else fails, just cut it off, right? Okay, so yeah, so then it pops up like this. They're still making me question whether I did it right, but I think so.
I think it's right.
I think it's right too. All right. The thing I was wondering though is like on this you would write on the back, right? And I always think that's kind of funny just to put a little white on the back. I don't really like that. So my question was, I'm wondering, can we stick this onto a card so that it pops up, but then when you open it, I'm going to do that. When you open it, then you have a little piece, a little place to write. I don't know. I think it could work. So let's try it and see. Let's go ahead and stick this in. Like that. And this one is cut smaller because this is actually ends up being 4 by 5.5. So it ended up cutting a little bit smaller. All right, let's go ahead and fold that. I'm going to put adhesive on this. I don't know. Be interesting to see. It will be interesting for us to see how it works. I'm going to scooch all that inside. Actually, it'd be easier to do it this way. Woo! Because I'm going to stick this. I don't think so. I'm going to do it this way. This is the piece I did not know how it was going to be. So there we go. All right. I kind of think that would be better. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like writing on the back. But isn't that fun? Because then you can set it up. I mean, you can't see it, what the front looks like when I do that. But you could set it up like that. And that would be so fun.
Kind of a shadow box.
Yeah. And I do think, like I said, I do think that little strip of designer series paper, I'll do that before I post it in the comments or before I post the picture of it. But what do you think? It's kind of fun. A little bit different.
Hey, Patty.
A little bit different. So, all right. That's why I started with the simpler one so that I didn't lose you. Like you're like, oh boy, I'm out. Let me just pull in the ones we made and the ones we have. Yeah. I think this is very pretty too. There's lots of fun things you can do. I love, love, love this one. I really do like that one. But there's lots of things you can do with the butterflies. Loving it. Bing. All right, friends. I hope you have a great week. I have something different to show you on Saturday. Saturday is the 4th, right? Yes, Saturday is the 4th of July.
Yes.
So we will be up at the refuge, but that'll be very fun. So hope you enjoyed that. I think it's a fun, just kind of fun to make pop up and fun cards. So have a great week and I'll see you on Saturday. Happy stamp.
Hey there, makers, gather round. It's time to spread that crafty sound. Paper, ink, stamps, and snips. We're rolling up our sleeves. Come get your tips. From fresh ideas to color so bold. New techniques and stories told. Every card a little piece of art. Let's dive in, let's make a start. New in the studio, Lisa's here. Spark your style, bring some cheer. Stamp creativity grows.